Hey guys, what's up? Fan here again, and today I'm bringing you guys another video commentary. And today, the thing that I'm going to be covering is actually a tournament, and this tournament is called the Town Hall Heroes Invitational. It was played last Wednesday, and this is going to be the grand finals between Cloud9 Maelstrom, which is the team that I am on, and Tempo Storm. Now, if you haven't watched these games yet, and you want to do so, I will link the VODs in the description below, so make sure to check those out because I will be spoiling the games if you continue watching this. So make sure to check those out if you haven't watched them yet, but I'm going to be moving on here. And basically, the point of this video is kind of to cover the last two team fights of Game 5. So this is Game 5, the deciding map. Um, and I wanted to kind of give you guys some team fight analysis of the last couple of team fights here, as well as cover a little bit of the strategy and shot calling, at the very least on the Maelstrom side of things. So without further ado, this is the second to last fight here, and you can see we have a Immortal pushing into Tempo Storm's keep. It has about 40% of its shield left and all of its HP left. And the important thing to note here is, one thing is we have this Immortal with a 40% shield. Second thing is we're level 20 and they're only level 19. And this is important because we have our Storm tier talents and they don't, so we are a talent tier up and significantly stronger than they are at this point. Now, if we just play this properly and just keep poking, keep pushing properly, we easily should be able to get this keep and maybe even threaten the core if we end up getting a kill or two while we're threatening the keep. However, we ran into several problems and we kind of messed up several places as well. So the first problem we encountered here is they had a mercenary camp pushing into our keep, and it's one of those annoying night camps that just keeps on spawning minions over and over again. This is really, really bad for us because our keep here is only at 40% HP, and if this minion camp just keeps on pushing, it will take out our keep. So the first problem we had is this, because I had to constantly have these minions here in order to try and defend this huge wave of push in order to save our keep. And because of that, this is going to be a 4 versus 5 down here. Because, if I'm heading top, I obviously can't be heading these heroes or doing anything down here. So, because I was forced to defend this is going to be a 4v5. And due to that, I kind of, told my team down here to, don't be too aggressive, don't push too hard because, it's a 4v5. I'm stuck top trying to deal with the push there. So let's just play this out here on normal speed, and you can see my team is being kind of passive at this point. They're kind of falling back here, not pushing too hard, which allows our Immortal to get burned really fast. But once again, there's not much choice. Like I said, this minion wave would kill this keep eventually because this thing just keeps summoning things forever, and I had to deal with it. So let's play this out a little bit longer here. You can see I'm still trying to deal with this, and over here nothing's really happening. The Immortal's getting burned down really quick. And at this point, I have my cooldowns back up, I summon my locates, I have my mines up here, and our creep wave arrives. So at this point, I'm confident that this is going to get cleared out. The keep still has ammo, the tower still has ammo, and we have all of this. So I know that this wave is going to get cleared out, this keep is going to be safe. We give the go-ahead here to kind of, okay, top keep is safe. You guys can go in whenever you want, and just get ready to go in and prepare for the fight, right? So here we go. You can see immediately as soon as that call gets called, Calf gets ready to go in. He gets into a very nice position here in the fog vents. He's looking to ulti, anyone who's out of position here. He obviously can't be seen here. I think the ulti range is like right about here, so he could probably hit soldier, but he couldn't hit any of the squishy targets, right? So unfortunately, none of them wandered close enough to this wall. And playing this on, like I said, the go call here is called. We're ready to go in, and you can see Calf immediately swords over the wall because he realizes that no one was going to come too close to this wall, so he needed to sword over to gain that distance. And you can see immediately he ulties Arthalon, and Dream blinks in on Arthalon. So this is basically a coordinated dive on Arthalon. You can see I'm hatting him as well. And over here, we have a VP that was missed, which was really unfortunate for us. I think he was targeting either Dreadnought or the keep. I think he was Dream was targeting the keep to try and stop the ammo from firing. Unfortunately, you can see it just very slightly missed there. So the VP was missed. We didn't really get anything out of that, and Dreadnought is also not in the VP, so he gets to get the cleanse on Arthalon instantly, and because of that, Arthalon is no longer stunned. He can just walk out here. He can vault out, and the flame strike as well, and both of our heroes can no longer pressure him. So yeah, at this point, this is a failed dive, right? Arthalon gets out safe. And we need to retreat, and they're turning it back on us. So at this point, I want to point out what they did. So they also made a mistake here. Immediately, Soldier entombs Dunk Train, and generally when you entomb someone in this position, you want to like focus him down, right? You want to burst this target down immediately. However, they also mod in the exact same place. So instead of being able to kind of burst Dunk Train down in the entomb and forcing the Divine Shield, the Maw actually saves Dunk Train from taking any damage. So it essentially saves him from using anything, and we straight up kite out. At this point, I realized the fight is no longer going well for us. We failed the dive miserably. So I clone Dream here, and I realized we're going to need all the firepower we can get. So I pull out the Ultimate Evolution clone here, and one thing I will say is that because of our vastly failed dive, it actually ended up being kind of a good thing, because now Tempo Storm is confident, and they're a little bit overconfident because you can see they're all pressured up in very aggressive positions because they knew we failed the dive. Normally when you're 20 versus 19, the team that's 19 is way behind their forts, kind of just poking at you and defending in very safe locations. However, you can see in this case, all of Tempo is positioned very aggressively in front of their keep because they're overconfident, and this gives us the opening that we need. I can see that KO is out of position here. I get right next to him with my Zerato clone. And you can see I just blink behind him to body block, and I chunk him to around 40% HP. And at this point, I'm just calling KO, 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 because I know he was out of position and we can catch him. And you can see Calf immediately reacts by throwing his sword, and Dream also immediately reacts by blinking over there, and together we manage to get the kill on KO. At this point, though, we are so far in, we had to go that far in to kill him, and Calf almost dies there. You can see he has very, very little life left. But a very clutch heal by Dunk Train there at the last second, and I was also able to hat him after the heal to give him a bit of extra shielding, and we managed to, grab that kill and kind of get out of there alive. Here you can see we're returning damage, some good flame strikes there, and right now it's a 5 versus 4. And the problem here is that their keep is still alive. You can see how low they are. In a second here, K1 will try and make a really big play. He's going to bolt and try and flame strike to catch these guys, but it was a few seconds too late, and they were all gone by then, but it was still a pretty good attempt at the play here. You can see K1 bolts here, tries to make the play. They all spread out and they're too far back at that point, and unfortunately for us, this means that K1's bolt is down, we are out of everything, and we're forced to back up. Now this is a big problem for us because we were supposed to get this keep 100% with the way that the fight was going. We had a Immortal with 40% HP, we had level 20 to level 19, and basically we botched the fight really badly, so we didn't even manage to get their keep. And I was pretty unhappy about that because it meant that Tempo had successfully defended where we were supposed to be the strongest, and they managed to keep their keep alive and get the 20 to 20. So now they're on even footing with us. And we kind of lost our power spike. So now everyone's resetting, everyone's doing their own thing. You can see we're doing our merc camps. I put Locust out to push that lane. You can see Tempo is going to do their top merc camps here. And our merc camps are going to be putting pressure on their bottom keep. Their merc camps are going to be putting pressure on our top keep. At this point, as soon as they take their merc camp here, I started calling for my teammates. I wanted them to stay top and help clear these merc camps, because the last situation I wanted was for Immortal to spawn and everyone to be mid, and I would be forced to defend these by myself again, because as an Abathur, if you just hat minions, it's very, very slow clearing mercenary camps. It would take me like 30 seconds to clear these mercenary camps, right? And I did not want to be stuck in that same situation where I was forced to hat to defend, because then the rest of my team are stuck in a 4 versus 5 if I'm forced to defend this by hatting minions. Um, so, right here, I'm kind of, just telling my team to clear the minion wave any wave you can. I really don't want to be stuck in that situation again. And you can see we're already starting to kind of slowly clear their minions and their mercenary camps here. Now here is something that is pretty interesting. Right now the immortals spawned, and originally, if you watch this tempo as 5 people, they were all headed down towards this immortal, or just both of the immortals. And then there was clearly a call made that made them all rotate 180. And you can see they all snap turn back after a few seconds, and they run towards our keep. So clearly there was a call made on tempo's side that said, no, push top, we're going to push top right now, we're going to try and break their keep. If we just get a little bit of damage on it, we can kill it. It's already injured, right? And I think this was a pretty big mistake on Tempo's part, because, first of all, there was 2 plays they could have made here. If they just immediately went to our immortal and came here as 5, basically they would be pressuring our immortal. And they would also have this huge minion wave. Imagine the minion wave without the heroes, right? This is a pretty big minion wave backed up by mercenaries pressuring our keep. If they just went 5-man to our immortal, they would have forced all 4 of us to rotate to the immortal as well to defend it, right? Otherwise, they would just burst it down really quickly. And in that situation, they would have pressure on our immortal. They could be standing like maybe over here or over here or over here, somewhere on the safe side. They would be kind of pretty safely pressuring our immortal. And they would be pressuring our keep at the same time with this minion wave. Alternatively, they could have also gone down to their immortal. They could have had 4 people kind of just squat around here, protect their immortal, use the defender's advantage of the immortal to make sure that they can, fight a 4v5 defensively if they have to, and they can just rotate someone with wave clear down here to instantly clear this wave. Soldier could just kill this with like 1 swing of his Q, and they would be able to probably save their keep right here. So I think either of those plays would have been a lot better than the one they did. But the one they did was basically, they wanted to push our keep, they wanted to kill our keep. I saw that, so I tunneled down here, released my locusts to force them to lose this keep if they didn't back up. And you can see they're not backing up here. We have a really good Phoenix. It clears the entire minion wave and also damages their, Mercamp a little bit. And at this point, they're trying to push into a KT with Flame Strike and Phoenix, and they're trying to push into double hat with the Hive Mind. So you can see the Phoenix already completely cleared out their minion wave, so they have no minion wave pushing in, so they can't really position upwards. And you can see the double hat here doing a lot of damage. iDream blinking in for some quick harass here with the double hat, and you can see KO is chunked to half HP. And at this point, the Locust and the Mercenary camp for us did take out their keep, which is really important, because now it means that if we kill 2 or 3 of them, probably 3 of them without losing anyone, we can just go in bottom and in the game. So yeah, moving on here, you can see they're still kind of trying to push in. They're trying to poke at this with whatever spells they can. But the problem here is they have no minion waves. Their minion waves just getting cleared really quickly. And if they want to kill this with spells, they need to be over here, right? And if they're over here, this basically gives us free initiation on any of their targets that we want. So there's no way they can get this close. And basically, you'll see they realize this, and Tempo Storm does back off after they realize this. And now they go for the play that I was talking about, right? Now they go for the play where they start pressuring our Immortal, but it's too late. And it's too late because we already got their keep. Now we have pressure on their core. So basically, they did this, bit too late here. But however, it's still okay. Their core is not going to dive just from those mercenary camps, so this is still a good play. It's the next best play they could have done, given that they did try and push the keep. And you can see just throwing out Mutalisk, they're harassing our Immortal down, and they're harassing it down very quickly. You can see we're losing a lot of HP. And here the next really important moment comes. So you can see here we're postured around our Immortal, they're postured around our Immortal, and iDream is looking for the harass on Arthalon. He's trying to harass him or kill him. And the important thing to note here is that I think he blinked over the wall and he used the rewind offensively to try and kill Arthalon. Unfortunately, Arthalon has Spell Shield. Dread Qs him, instantly heals him up. And the problem here is that, iDream blinked from a very close location and he used his rewind offensively, which means he can no longer use it defensively to get away. Tempo Storm realizes this, and I presume they have vision of him here because he's on creep. And right away, you can see Zuna immediately throws that stun, and they realize where he is. You can see Dread's pinging. They realize that he's cut off. He does not have his rewind to blink again, and they try and isolate him and kill him here. And at this point, Dream is effectively cornered and caught here, so he has no other option except to use his VP. He lands a very nice VP to at least ensure he gets out alive. And at this point, we also use the Phoenix on top of the VP because, why not? It's already there. And basically here, we disengage, they disengage, but now we have a very big problem, right? So now looking at the situation here, you can see that their heroes are all full HP, and we were forced to use 2 ultimates there. We were forced to use Void Person, and we also used Phoenix, which while it has a short cooldown, you can see it's still on cooldown for 30 seconds. So in this particular case, it's actually, we don't have this ultimate for the next fight if it happens in the next 30 seconds. Tempo Storm realizes this, and they know they have an advantage. They know they're up 5 ultimates to our 3, and they immediately push into our Immortal because they realize, we're missing those 2 ultimates. And they have the advantage. So they push into our Immortal here, and I realize they're burning this way too fast, and basically I didn't want them to be able to burn our Immortal this fast, so because I knew we had pressure bottom, the mercenary camp there took out their core shield, and we would soon begin to see our catapult stacking. And I was also going to, tunnel down here and add locusts to pressure their core even more. So I knew all we needed to do at this point was get them off of our Immortal. If we can stall them long enough, their core is going to be under tremendous amounts of pressure. So here I clone Dream with the ultimate evolution, and I believe the call was we need to get them off our Immortal, we need to go on them, force them to back off of the Immortal. I think here the call was just literally, go on anyone you can see, go on anyone you can, force them off of the Immortal immediately, and that's why you see we just all go in at once here. I go in on KO with my ultimate evolution, we can see Calf goes in on Arthalon, and we're just trying to force them back, and you can see we pretty much succeeded there. KO was forced to bolt back immediately, their tanks are trying to deal with Dream in the side, and Calf is on top of Arthalon there. We also force out the Maw, only hits Uther, barely misses the ultimate evolution clone, and we force them back here. Now at this point, we successfully forced them back, but now we have to back up to our Immortal once again because we need the defender's advantage from this Immortal, right? The Immortal is basically, you can count it like a player, so if you're fighting around your Immortal, it's a 6v5 sometimes, so the Immortal is just really, really strong in terms of defender's advantage. So we fall back to our Immortal for that defender's advantage. We wasted a bunch of their ults as well, and you can see here they used 3 of their ultimates, so we only used Ultimate Evolution and Judgment. So this time we traded 2 of our ultimates for 3 of theirs, which was beneficial for us, especially because I had Hive Mind. And Hive Mind is actually at level 20, it's probably stronger than Ultimate Evolution. Double Hat's really, really strong. So I just suicide my my Zeratul clone there because I wanted to hat people as fast as possible. And now the next thing of interest happens. Now basically what Tempo Storm is saying is that, they've used everything that they've got, right? Let's go on them. The call here is almost certainly get on them and try and kill them. Caffeine is completely out of mana. They used everything they had. Go and kill them. Go and kill them. You can see they're beelining towards our heroes. Soldier's beelining, Zuna's beelining towards our heroes, and they're just all trying to reach our heroes right now. And here's where a very important thing happens. You can see I paused just on the edge here. We forced them back onto this choke, and at this moment, K1 lands in very impressive Flame Strike here. As they were trying to get back through the choke, he lands a very great Flame Strike on 3 of the backline targets of Tempo Storm here. And, here I'm just going to play it out a little bit more here. And you can see clearly the call for them is go on them. They have nothing left, right? Because Zuna jumps in an extremely aggressive move. And you can see the effects of the Flame Strike taking effect on their backline here. So Zuna jumps in, their backline backs out because they just all got Flame Strike, then they're in no position to back them up. But Zuna stuns Calf here, and clearly the call here is still, go, 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 I got Calf stunned, right? So you can tell that because all of their backline here instantly turn around and they try and go through the choke here. And here's where the important thing happens. You can see that um, a second before this, well, I'm just going to back up just a little bit to show you guys what happened here. Let's see. Alright, so you can see the Great Flame Strike hits, right? And right here, you can see Dreadnought gets caught at the very edge of the Immortal stun. And this is what I'm talking about in regards to the Immortal being like a 6v5, right? It's so annoying, you basically count it as another player. So now Dread is stunned in this choke. Once again, Zuna jumped in, he stuns Caffeine here, right? And the call must be go, go, I got him stunned, because both of their carries turn around. They try and funnel through this choke. And because of that, they both go right up to Dread, who is stunned, and all three of their living bombs explode at the same time, and Dread just instantly dies because they're both right next to him. Arthalon Spell Shield procs, and KO's almost dead because all three of them took 3x living bomb damage. And immediately after that, they basically lose the game. Dream sees that they are all hella chunked, and he capitalizes by blinking in, killing them. At this point, Arth can no longer get away, and it's basically the end of the game. The last call here is just to kill Zuna. You can see my pings, and kill Zuna, win the game. Kill Zuna, win the game. And some very nice blink plays here by Dream. We secure the Zuna kill, and at this point, that's the end of the game because we have 4 of them down. We just, go on over to their core and end the game. So that's basically it in terms of the team fight analysis and shot calling and strategy for this game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be uploading a lot more in the future. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. And I will see you guys next time.